the screen up.
Text me and I'll text you back.
Text me and I'll text you back.
Text me then I'll text you back.
You text me then I'll text you back.
Text me then I'll text you back.
TikTok, you don't stop.
I will help you make your paper stack.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now?
205-964-5243. Now you know.
Yep.
205-964-5243. Now you know.
Good evening. How? Surprise, surprise. In the famous words of Goldman Powell, a.k.a. Jim Neighbors. Oh, that's Goop. Okay, Jim. Well, I don't know. Yeah, figure it out. Google it. Episode Flippinar 257.
Jim Neighbors, you are correct.
Okay, we're in here. I know what's up. We're in here. Renika should be back next week. Yeah, I know we keep saying it. We're normally on Thursdays. We had a little weather situation here in the great state of Alabama.
Ain't doing nothing.
And it did a little something. You know, hey, better be on the side of caution versus the other side. You know, we can do it today. Ada was kindly enough to alter her busy schedule.
So kind.
To make this happen. I really appreciate her for doing this. Short notice. And yeah, we in here. So if you ain't out, you know you're here. Got to send out the little text message. You're in here with us. So you're joining us live to get your Q&A answered on all the platforms. But make sure you do this. Subscribe to the channel by selecting this button here. Once you subscribe to the channel, tap the little bell, select all, so you now are alerted whenever we upload new videos like this one and when we go live daily. Okay, it says, why I keep telling me that? Okay, so yeah, so over to AP.
All right, guys, thank you for joining us again on this Friday night.
Friday.
That's what's
happening.
Body by Tape VA, thank you for joining us. You've been patiently waiting.
Oh, yeah.
Robin Harper, Hey Ty, and community tuning in from the DMV. Chinchilla Frank, INZ, The Lab, gives us a smile. Thank you for joining us as well. And those over there on Instagram and TikTok, I see you. So you know how this works. This is a place where you post the questions. I'll read the questions and Ty will answer the questions. We talk about wholesaling real estate with little to no cash or credit of your own, and also other creative real estate investment methods. Good place to be.
Hey,
yeah.
I already made the name up, so I'm gonna put this out. It ain't ready yet.
What is it?
But and I was inspired by someone else's work,
okay.
But I had came up with it in my head. I said, I wonder if there's anything out there like that. And okay, so you know, Zillow is basically the Google of residential real estate.
Correct.
Right. And so, but it's not as user friendly as it should be.
I can see that.
Especially on the laptop version. I know a lot of people use it on their smartphone a lot, but so I have found this site that will allow you, like when you're in the desktop or laptop version, you know, the map portion of it is cut off by the listings to the right. And so this guy, he had made a way with a Google extension on Google Chrome to just, you know, pull up the entire map like Google Maps. And so, but I wanted to take it a little farther. So I invested in an extension. It's not ready yet, but it should be ready by next Flippinar. And I may send it out when it's ready, you know, to everybody on my text message list. And it just people have trouble comping. Everybody can't pay for batch leads or what's the other one? Prop stream. And but you know, and so I'm just trying to give another option for free at this point. So, all right. So what I did, y'all know I like to come up with names. This is the reason I'm bringing it up, right? So, all right. So the purpose of it is to help you evaluate properties, right?
Right.
Maybe even search for properties or whatever once I do the little tutorial on how to use it or whatever. but mainly just to look at values, try to come up with an ARV.
Mhm.
So to come up with an ARV, you basically are comping or looking at comps, comparable sales. What other houses comparable to the house that you're trying to wholesale or to evaluate to wholesale or do a deal on? So you're comping or comps, right?
Mhm.
So since you're using Zillow, I combine the words comps and Zillow together, and guess what the word is?
Compilla.
No, no. I didn't think of that one, but it ain't bad. So we're looking at comps and then Zillow. So what do you think it is?
Compsies.
Huh?
Compsy.
Zomps.
Zomp.
ZOMPZ.
Zomps. I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks good on the shirt. Zomps.
Zomp.
It's only 5 letters. Anytime you can come up with a domain name.
Okay. And the people who use it
Huh?
are zombies.
Of zompsies. So
No, we got
yeah.
zombies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boom. So look for zomps to come, and just obviously there'll be a t-shirt coming soon.
Gotcha. Okay, look at you. Always on the up and up.
Yeah.
See, I wasn't the only one. Robin said Compzilla.
That ain't bad.
Compzilla.
That ain't bad.
Yeah.
That ain't bad.
And Dwight said Compzilla too.
That ain't bad.
Yeah.
That ain't bad.
Yeah. So then it could be like a kaiju, like Godzilla is like the theme, and it's like with a gator head though. So it's like King Gator and Godzilla and Compzilla.
Ain't bad.
And yeah, see, we on something here. Okay, guys, go ahead and post those questions in there. Joseph Wilson, you're up first.
Well, somebody was in the thing. She didn't have no questions. She was just in there.
I ain't seen nobody down there.
You said you named somebody named when we first came. When we first came on, you said so she's been patiently waiting.
No, that's what she put. Body by tape.
Oh,
in the
okay.
comments,
Okay.
she put
Okay.
Patiently waiting.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No. I was just reading. I was just
Alright.
reading. So Joseph says, "Hello, can your EMD be used as a tax write-off?"
No, the MD is part of the deal. You get that money back if the deal closes. You get that money back in the transaction. If you put up, say if your the property is $100,000, you put up $100. We'll just use that as a number. We'll use 1,000, even though we don't do that normally unless a realtor is involved. If the MD is 1,000, so that's 99,000 left. So when they close on the deal, you get that 1,000 back. So you haven't lost anything. Now, if it's a situation where you put up a $500 earnest money, or 1,000 or 100 or whatever the number is, and you cancel the contract and lose that earnest money, then yeah, that's an expense at that point. Yeah.
Gotcha. Thank you for answering that. So Raphael Phoenix wants to know, is there a limit to how many homes you can wholesale without a real estate license? Now, is that going to be pending where you are?
Yeah, location, yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Most states, no. There's no limit.
Okay. So Ed Antonio. Oh my gosh. Ed Antonio 114 on TikTok says, Flipman, do you need anyone in my area to look for distressed housing? I'm kind of need some extra cash.
Yeah, what always now that's bird dogging, and my definition of bird dogging is you're basically going to still do the same thing a wholesaler would do, is just you're not going to put it on the contract. And what I mean by what a wholesaler is going to do, you're going to find a great deal dealing directly with the owner. Well, you negotiate a great deal, the price mean, but you're not going to put it on the contract. Now, if you're willing to do all that and turn it over, we'll pay you a fee for it or whatever. So,
all right. Litmobile Spa Zomp, ZOMPZ. Is that how you did it?
Yep.
Said I love it.
Zomps.
Okay, I don't think we mentioned this. I think he did. I just probably assumed that and didn't pay attention. Don't tell him that. Oh, he can hear me. You can text the word Gator, Gator, to join us live. Get bumped to the front of the line, ask your question and any follow-up questions you may have. And the number you would text GATOR to is 205-964-5243.
Oh, I didn't put the thing.
I got it though. I got it on my side though.
Yeah.
So Joseph has an follow-up question, and it is, if you have to extend your contract with the seller because you could not find a buyer, does this also extend your inspection period, or is it just the closing date? The inspection period is just typically what, 7 days? That doesn't change, right?
Whatever the amount the number of due diligence. I mean, what's the question again?
If you have to extend your contract with the seller because you cannot find a buyer, does this also extend your inspection period, or is it just the closing date?
Well, normally it's just the closing date. If you have to extend that time frame, you ran out of time. Normally, you've exceeded your due diligence period or inspection period also. If that's the situation, not always. You can have the entire. It's whatever you negotiate. But assuming you had a 30-day contract and 14 of those were due diligence or inspection days, so you're at day 16. So that period has expired, the due diligence or inspection. So now the other 14, if my math is correct, if you don't find a buyer, then you have to go back to the seller and ask them for more time. Hopefully they'll give it to you, along with possibly a price reduction. And but the due diligence, I guess normally you're not going to negotiate that again. Again, everything's negotiable, but normal, when that's gone, it's gone. Right. So.
Right. All right. Thank you for answering that. So this is going to be from, what's wrong with my thing? Okay. Golden. Hi there, Mr. Ty. Would you allow me to take your class? But okay. I should have read that first. You always tell me to read my stuff first, but it's on there now. So, would you allow me to take your class, but pay for the class on a deal that we can split together?
Ideally, that would be just beautiful, because it would be more money normally. Yeah. The problem with that is, and not saying this would be you, whoever this is, things happen in your life that sometimes are beyond your control. AKA the C word, ends with a D. COVID. Okay. Yeah. And so, so what happens if it's a situation where you can't do it anymore, and I've spent that time to assist you? Now, it may not be any fault of yours, right? So how would I be compensated?
Time is money.
Yeah. So that's probably the main reason. On top of that, not saying this is you, is that people tend, you have a stronger possibility of someone
following through
if they spend some money.
If they put some money on it.
If they put some money in it. Yeah. So again, not saying that's you, because some people, they just, they'll work hard with no money invested, but it's hard to tell that or whatever. But the first reason is the main reason or whatever. But you're in luck. Everything you need to know is right here on YouTube. I answer questions. If you post them in the comments section of any of my YouTube videos, I answer those every couple of days. I try to stay on top of it or whatever. And then we have this live. Hey, have all your credit, come on. Hey, text Gator and have all your questions ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And sometimes you don't realize how you can get trained. You know what I think is one, and I ain't tested it yet, but I'm about to. And I'm going to interview him next week, and I'll probably have the video out next week for sure. But he's a commercial real estate attorney. But on top of that, he's a commercial investor also. Now, he already knows what he's doing, because he just has to know the law, but he's an actual investor also. And so just looking at his rates on what he charges for his consultation, you literally probably could learn. I don't know if he would do it that way though, but he probably would. It's still going to be the same thing. But you literally at $500 an hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
You literally probably could spend $1,000 and basically learn a huge amount about commercial real estate, but you will probably want to focus in on one particular type of property, like multifamily, self-storage, industrial, whatever, raw land or whatever. You don't want to try to be too thin on it. Just focus in, and that's going to probably be better than going to a seminar, especially when they're an actual investor also. Now, if you're just dealing with a lawyer, you really never done too much in real estate, but he's doing deals all the time, as far as closing deals and writing up contracts, making offers and, creating LOIs and all that stuff. They know what they're doing and understand the law, but when you're also an investor, also, you're just going to take it from a different mindset, right? But he deals with all types of deals. I'm like, why haven't you thought about that before? And I found him by accident on Guess Where.
There's a Guess Where?
Yeah, on Guess Where?
Oh.
YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's Friday Brain Joke. No, I thought you were saying there's a website called Guess Where. And I'm like, where's Guess Where? God. And you were asking.
I'm gonna zonk you.
Oh my gosh.
I can't wait till that t-shirt. I got to figure out the logo here.
I am a zombie. Oh my gosh. Great liquid brains.
So I wanted to bite on Zillow, but I ain't just want to bite too hard. But I think because I am using their platform to leverage the extension to try to make it easier to, just to be able to figure out if you got a deal or not. So.
Okay, that's cool.
But why did I start talking about the attorney? But that is.
Oh, someone asked, could they just do a deal with you?
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying. So anyway, so so I know a good deal about it in different areas, but I was like, when we were doing a little consultation the other day, I'm like, wow. And I was like, this is good. Most people going to charge you a lot more than that to learn that game. Huh?
Yeah, you're right.
Ooh. That sounds like a lot, but you know how much information you can get in an hour talking to someone that's done it for years?
If you know the right question.
You have to know the right question to ask. Though. There you go.
You can't just ask.
Yeah, you're going to have to know the right questions to ask.
You need to go in with the list so you don't.
You have to have it because you're trying to maximize that time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to know. So you sort of have to already have done your homework on it, and you just need him to fill in the holes.
It's like when they say like those dinners, Jay-Z, or we'll say with Warren Buffett, and then like you get to have a dinner with him.
Yeah, for $250,
right,
$500, whatever it is.
Whatever, but what do you want to ask? And if you go in there saying, "So how did you make your money?" You should already know that coming in.
Yeah, you don't even ask them questions.
You don't ask them questions.
You're
supposed to have your plan. Like, how does his knowledge apply to you?
Yes.
Like, what is your thoughts on doing
you
this?
Really are really close to being able to do it. You just need you ain't looking for them to train you.
Yeah.
You're looking for them to fill in some holes that you don't have the answer to, or you're not sure about.
Yeah.
Because you need to have already did. It's basically like you prepared for the test and probably could pass it, but they gonna make you ace it, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
But because you've done your homework already, they just gonna fill in the hole to make sure that you get it.
And I use Kanye as an example because there was an interview that a radio host got to have with him, and I cannot remember what the question is, but the first question he asked Kanye, and Kanye was like, "I can't believe you just asked me that, man," and walked out. And everybody was like, boom, you just blew that interview because you asked him the dumbest thing you could have possibly asked when you had the opportunity to ask him anything. All right, cool. So Christopher McKinney says, I have a question. Good. That's what we're here for. There are multiple vacant commercial properties in my area, and I need help flipping them. From which course do you have for that?
See, that's what I was just saying.
Yeah.
And he and I talked about that. Is that with commercial, he would recommend if you're going to do it, especially starting, not saying you can't go to something else. You need to hone in on one particular type of commercial. Like he just said, a commercial property, that doesn't tell me anything, right? In the sense that, was it an industrial property? Is it multifamily? Is it retail? Is it retail triple net? Is it hotel motel? Is it what do they call it? Not a nursing home, but whatever fits under that window. That's not self-storage. It's not enough information.
Gotcha.
It's not that simple. It's tons of vacant commercial property, but a lot of it doesn't have any value at this point because of what may be going on in that area. But that can change easily or whatever. But if you don't know the end game of why someone would be interested in it, and that's part of your education, is just another vacant property. So to answer your question, I don't have a course per se that I really promote right now on it. I know I can sit there and tell you how to do it or whatever, but a couple of them got ate up through having them placed in the wrong place. And I don't know how to get the files, and my computer went down. I lost those files or whatever. So I'm gonna have to replace that at some point. But I can actually educate somebody on it, but it's still gonna cost the same or whatever. Now I have to actually go through it all with you. So it's not cheap.
Okay.
It's
Cedric Hoskins wants to know, what's the best way to build a buyers and sellers list?
What's the best way to build a buyers and sellers list? Let's start with the seller side of it. There's going to be a lot of different ways. He said the best way. So this is just my opinion, right? Either cold calling or text messaging.
Boom and boom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cold, you build a list targeting a certain group of people, whether it's tired landlords, free and clear, senior owners, failed listings, cold call, text message once you skip trace it. All right. To build a buyer's list, probably one of the quickest ways to do that is using Facebook, going into groups, real estate investment groups, for whatever area you're targeting, looking at the properties that are being posted there by whoever, wholesalers, other investors, whatever situation. Look in the comments section and the people saying, hey, I need 3 houses in this area. I buy in this area all the time. Here's my email address. Here's my phone number. A lot of those are going to be hardcore buyers.
Gotcha. All right. Eric, that's our movie quote guru, says, who told you can have a Flipping Friday show? Hey, we did, and we're glad you're here.
All right, it's the flexibility of the internet. Flexibility of the internet.
Glad to have you.
Glad to have you, sir. More, sir.
Oh my gosh. So from Matthew, when you get a house under contract, how do you pay the EMD to lock it in?
The proper way is that you're going to leave it with a title company or closing attorney. Now that may not be who closes the deal, but that would be the proper way.
All right. Thank you for answering that. Golden, I'm afraid of messing up, and that's where you come in at. I can get a document notarized for, okay. We already answered that question. I'm sorry, Golden. Yeah, you already responded in there. Can I call you directly? You have that number. Let's see here. So Latoya Thompson says, how do I make calls without revealing my phone number? I need a number.
Did I say what the title was? Wait a minute.
Huh?
I didn't say what the title was today.
Did you not?
I did not.
You did not. Okay.
I did not.
Hold that thought, Latoya. What's the title of today's show?
Today's title is, in Flippinar 257, is Wholesaling Virtually, How to Identify Profitable Markets.
Wholesaling Virtually, How to Identify Profitable Markets. Okay, got you. And we'll come back to that in about 20 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. So back to Miss Latoya.
Back to regular programming.
Yes. How do I make calls without revealing my phone number? I need a number where my call can also be returned. So we still going with Vumberg, Google Voice?
Well, yeah. There's going to be some free. Well, Google Voice is still free as far as I know.
Yep.
I haven't used it in a while. And then you got services like Vumber with the V as in Victor instead of number. Then you can just do the third-party services similar to that. There are going to be tons of services out there that'll offer you the flexibility of not having to buy another phone, but just paying them $10 to $20 a month for multiple phone numbers, because you will really want multiple phone numbers. You may have just a number for your buyers, and you may have only numbers for sellers that called from a bandit sign, sellers that are responding to a cold call, sellers that are responding to a text message. The reason you want to have different phone numbers so you can track where those calls are coming from. So the ones that are working, you do more of that, whatever method that is. The ones that are not, you try to correct and fix whatever the issue is so you can ramp up that side or that method of leads also.
All right. Thank you for answering that question. So we're going to go to Eugene, who says, good evening, all. I just obtained my LLC for my new business, EBS Community Investors. And Flipman, you are right about the importance of starting your business off as a professional. Okay. When you said that. Okay.
Hey,
okay.
He said I said it. I said it.
He said it. So follow-up question to that EMD. If you use a contract that said you have 48 hours to make your earnest deposit, but it takes you 14 days to make that deposit, do you lose your earnest deposit if the deal doesn't close?
Well, sounds like you never put it up.
So if you said you would have it in 48, why did it take you 2 weeks? What kind of deposit you making?
Normally most people will call you on that, and that'll automatically void the contract because you didn't put it up in that time frame that you said you were going to put it up.
Yeah. Okay.
Or at least they'll have that option with no ramifications. So I should.
Okay. So Audacity Love says, hi, Ty. Thanks for all that you offer us. I'd like to know your thoughts or experience with wholesaling deals with on-market properties that are listed.
Done very little of it. I wish I would do more of it. So the main thing is I get so frustrated with realtors. You know, I need to do better. I sort of not to have to get that away from me and just come back when the offer makes sense. Because I get so frustrated with them. You know, just the way the mentality. Not all, but most agents. But there's a lot of opportunity there as long as you know how to play that game and have the right buyers for that. You need to really have your buyers list ready first before you start targeting them, because some investors don't like to buy properties that are listed that come from you. Not saying they won't do listed properties, but they don't like to buy stuff that they could have found themselves, because it's not like you're finding a secret. Now, you could have negotiated it into an attractive proper deal or whatever, but you need to have that buyers list that don't care that it comes from another MLS first. Once you have that, then that makes it a lot easier to make that happen.
Okay. From Instagram, Deals and Heels wants to know what's the best.
Deals and Heels.
Deals and Heels.
You know I love a good branding name.
Oh, you know.
I let it catch my attention. That's what's up.
Deals and Heels.
How you spell Deals and Heels?
DEALS.N.HEELS.
Wait a minute. How'd she spell it?
DEALS.N.HEELS. That's for her Instagram handle. So.
I know. I was just looking at the .com was available. You know,
Taken.
Oh yeah. Not that you got to go with the .com, but I was just looking at it. You know.
Okay. The question is, what's the best way to find out the ARV on mobile homes?
The best way to find the ARV on mobile homes, from what I know, is that you want to reach out to mobile home dealers in the area and give them the specs on that particular mobile home and see what they will be willing to pay for it. And you try to get some type of consistency, maybe call 3 or 4 of them, and hopefully they'll be close to each other. And then now you know what you'll probably need to pay for it. Now, one of the big factors in that is that will it have to be moved or not? Or does the land that it's sitting on come with it? Then if it's in a mobile home park, you have to get those that information on that leasing that space or renting that space too. Also,
Okay. So Angela Brown wants to know, is this still a good time to purchase an investment property?
always, baby. At the end of the day, you still got to get you a great deal. So if you find a great deal based on what's happening now, it's always an opportunity, always a great time.
Okay. So William Parrish, I think when we discuss the topic of today's Flippinar, we'll cover it. The question is, how can you find out what's a hot market? But we'll cover that in about 20 minutes. Just stay tuned and stick with us. Thank you for asking that question, though. Yes, Robin Harper says Google Voice still works and is free. That is correct. That's right.
Boom.
Steve O says, thanks for the free game. I have found a couple of houses that look like deals, but not sure how to go about calling them and getting the ARV. Where do you think I should start?
The ARV? Well, I have, if you text the letters ARV to 205-964-5243, I have a video that breaks all of that down for you. ARV, not AVR, ARV. It stands for after repair value.
Okay. Sam Hav, I see you have a property in Minnesota listed in there. If you would like that property comped, which it sounds like you want, whether
you want that property zomped.
Want that property zomped, join us live. Text the word Gator, GATOR, to the number 205-964-5243, and you can come on with us. CJ, thank you for joining us. I'm normally here. Can you edify, please, about ARV and final offer?
He said, "What now? Can he do what now?"
He's hold on a second. He says like for $100,000 property. He says edify. I don't think so. If the property, I don't know. He says, can you edify please about ARV and final offer? Example, $100,000 house. So if the house ARV is $100,000, and that's what the retail value, the comps with comparable properties, I guess maybe he's asking what your offer should be.
If the ARV is 100 and they're asking 100, is that what he's saying?
Well, then there's no room. There's
there's no money there to be made. Yeah.
Okay, clear that up for me, CJ, or join us. You're really good about joining us live and asking your questions, so you can most definitely hop on and join us. Mr. Tea Tree Oil. Mr. Tea Tree Oil says property taxes are high in Chicago and in their suburbs. Okay.
That's irrelevant.
Okay.
Can you find a deal, man?
All right, there you have it. So here. This is from Influencer. Hey, Flip, I have a commercial deal in a nice area, but the unit mix is a hard sell. 90%, 1 bedroom, 1 bath. Are you able to help with the buyer?
Is this a apartment building, multifamily?
Doesn't specify.
Yeah, I need more info.
Okay. So fitness with sauce. How do we go? Yeah, no. So I should have let it play. Mickey has a gym reminder on my phone. We're supposed to work out Sunday, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And it says in Mickey's voice, I don't know who she's talking to, get your butt up and hit the gym.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Every time I think about it, I want to throw something at her. But yeah. How do we go about getting a house under contract via homeowner or realtor? We don't have any buyers yet and are worried without a buyer. What's the point in having a contract?
Well, definitely in that situation, like I said before, if you're going to deal in that real estate agent world of finding deals, have your buyers lined up that are okay with you finding stuff off of MLS.
Okay. Relentless wants to know, do you teach creative financing to get houses under contract?
Do I teach creative financing to get houses under contract? If you're a student, for sure, I would advise you on how I would structure a owner finance deal, if that opportunity presents itself, which you should be offering that on any deal where the numbers don't work for a straight out wholesale cash deal.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay. Instagram and TikTok. Haven't seen any movement. I see lots of people joining. So thank you for joining us there. But go ahead and post those questions in the chat as well. We'll love to read that. Deals on Deals on here. Deals and Hills said thank you for answering that question there.
Love it.
So
What up, Deals in Hills?
Deals and Hills.
That's what's up.
So I am
See the Hills.
I am Alfonso G. I do believe that is the name over here on TikTok. Just says, how can I start? How can I start?
You're right here in the right place, and I haven't shown this particular card yet, but you're in the right place. Alfonso, you said his name was?
Yes.
Yeah, you're in the right place, my man. And this for anyone. I put this group of videos because there's over 1,000 videos if you include the YouTube shorts. 800 videos without it, over 800. So not expecting you to watch all 800 of them. You'll be a straight out beast, an expert in this. But if you text the letters VIP to the number, that set of videos is going to get you going in the right direction. Now, some of the newer videos are pushed to the top, but I have the meat of what to do in those set of videos. So.
All right, thank you. So Influencer did respond about the 90% 1 bedroom, 1 bath. She said it's a multifamily commercial small apartment building and it doesn't have not more than 20 units.
Are they rented, occupied, or any? Are they rented? If so, what's the gross income?
Okay, there we go. You can answer, just follow up in Influencer in the chat there. Or again, you're welcome to come live. That way you can ask your question and any follow-up questions and have some real-time response to the questions that Ty is asking to make sure you get a clear answer. So Roger Starks, let's go ahead and put up VIP. Wants to know what is the first 5 steps I should take to getting my feet wet. So you just told Alfonso in the right place. Absolutely. Starting here. Doesn't get any much better than that.
We'll assume that he went through that, but he still needs that like I said, that hour with the attorney. He still needs that, I've got a good idea what I need to do. So the first 5 steps is you're going to identify the area or city and or that you're going to target.
Okay.
All right. Then you have to say, hey, what does my budget, my monthly budget, I can invest in this that allow that it won't affect my current situation.
Correct.
Then you must analyze who you are as a person. Am I someone that won't mind talking to people with a lot of rejection? Because now cold calling becomes an option. So you're going to check yourself with your budget and who you are as a person and the time you'll have available to do it to see what method am I going to use to find deals, right?
Right.
Next, you're going to say, hey, should I go ahead and be proactive and start to find buyers? And the answer is yes, even though you hadn't started finding deals. Okay, once you do that, then now it's time to implement. So what am I at, 4?
Yeah.
I don't know if I got a 5th one, because once you implement, then you're taking live bullets. And so now it's time, obviously, to start talking to sellers and buyers and put deals together. So hopefully that made sense.
Okay. Jordan Powell, not particularly sure when you joined us, but that question was already answered as well. It's yo man, what should I do to generate leads? Bandit signs, text blasting, Facebook Marketplace. Also best place to find cash buyers beside Facebook. And so earlier it was text blasting and what was it?
Cold calling.
Cold calling. There you have it. Roger Stark says, thank you. Thank you for that answer. I appreciate it. You're welcome. I didn't even do anything, but you're welcome. So let's see here. Sliding back over here. Okay, so let's just go ahead and do this. So Fitness with Sauce says, what's the best way to find buyers in any area and best way to go about virtual wholesale? So the questions keep coming in about virtual wholesaling. So let's go over what's the topic again.
Okay, so today's topic is, we got the thumb me up. Got the thummy up.
Okay. So it is Flipman looking at his, that look like Mickey Mouse on the back of the phone. So that's Mickey
Well,
phone.
we ain't want to give them
I
too
know,
much.
I know.
They get enough free. You know
It's
what I'm saying?
a Mickey phone.
It's a Zomp
It's a
phone.
Zomp phone. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
It's a Zomp phone. And has several cities here and different amounts. What are the amounts?
Oh, those are deals that he's closing virtually. Austin,
Ooh,
Texas,
okay.
18,545. DC, 22,670.
Okay.
Nashville, 13,1. And Pasadena, I had to spell Pasadena a couple of times. I had messed it up. I had to Google that. But 38,440. I caught it one from my graphics guy. He's bad, ain't he? So today's topic is wholesaling houses virtually, how to identify profitable markets. Okay. All right. Now, first of all markets, not all, any market of any decent size is going to be profitable. Gotcha. And when I say that, populations of 250,000 metro. If you're not sure about a metro population, all you have to do is go to Google, put in Detroit, Michigan, just using that as an example. Matter of fact, we'll do a little visuals here. Let me share my screen. We'll do a little visuals here and share my screen. So we'll say Detroit, Michigan.
Okay.
Metro population, 4.3 million.
Ooh, that's a lot of folks.
That's a lot of peoples.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go to the streamer. Let's go to Mobile, Alabama.
Mobile.
Home of the original Mardi Gras.
Oh my gosh.
It's 430,000. So that's like Detroit is 10 times bigger than Mobile, right?
Wow.
10 times bigger, but that's big enough.
But that's just Mobile.
But that's big enough though.
Yeah, but would you not include like Daphne and Farrell?
That's Metro Mobile.
That's what you put in there?
Yeah, that's Metro Mobile.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So if you just do Mobile population, because it's just going to take into account the city limits, 184,000.
It only added like 300?
Wow. Only 300? That's a lot.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's a lot.
So I just didn't realize Detroit was that big.
So now let's do another one. So let's put in LA metro population, 12 million. So when someone said, just think about that now.
It's oversaturated.
They're talking about it's oversaturated. 12 million people.
12.5 million.
Almost 12 and a half.
Yeah.
It is not possible. It is not possible for Southern California, for the LA metro area to be oversaturated. Okay, let's do something else.
There's a bunch of wholesalers in my market.
So let's do something else. A town I'm very familiar with. Let's do Meridian, Mississippi metro population. I didn't know that big. Oh, I'm surprised. 107,000. You can do deals. And you can make a decent living. You're probably going to have to. It's going to be a gradual thing. You could probably end up quitting your job maybe in 3 to 5 years if you manage your money right. You know what I'm saying? But the deals are not going to be as plentiful once you get above 250,000, right?
Right.
Okay, so that's the first thing. Just you got to choose a city with the right amount of population.
Gotcha.
Right. Obviously, the bigger the city, the more opportunity. Period. You're gonna have more people to get divorced. You're gonna have more people to die, which means you're gonna have more people that own actual real estate. You're gonna have more cash buyers. You're gonna have more life situations that create motivated sellers. Now, just to show you a little bit on the app, I mean, not the app, the Google extension that I'm using in Zillow. So let's do this, right? So let's go to Zillow.
Go to Zillow.
And this is where Zomps. I think I still got the developer. So it's probably going to be a couple more things. And I shouldn't be showing this, but we'll roll with it. It's still, I think we got it completely, and I'm just going to keep adding stuff on if I think of it or people make some recommendations.
Oh, you finna go to it?
Yeah, it's all they have to do is just go to Zillow. Once you have the extension downloaded, you just go to Zillow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if I put in, I don't know, let's put in Los Angeles County, right? All right, so Los Angeles County, California. Now this is extreme because you got so many properties here, right? Now normally with Zillow, if it wouldn't blow up like this, right? Matter of fact, let me pull it up in what is this? What is this? Los Angeles. This is Safari. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's saying for forever rent for sale, fool. All right. So see, it pulls up the listings on the side here, right? And you can't get rid of that. Not that I'm aware of. You can't get rid of that. So that limits your map. But over here
on
Zomps, you can see the entire map. So what if I wanted to go in here and just look at multifamily for sale, right?
Right.
And is it pulling it up? I don't know if it's pulling it up or not. Let me see. Yeah. All right. So let's see here. Yeah, that's a multifamily right there. Yeah, boom. Yep. Now, I hadn't did. I'm gonna go ahead and tell them to do it for those, but I hadn't done it for them. So this is multifamily. So let me get out of that because that's not really what I'm showing. We're gonna go back to houses. Okay, so now if I just go in here and click on a listing, I'm gonna show you something real quick though. So one of the ways to look and see if the house or property is oh dang, it didn't pull it up. Let me see. There we go. Boom. Okay, so one of the ways to see how hot a property is as far as pricing is the number of days
it's been listed.
Number of days it's been listed and the number of views. So this property has been on the market 1 day and has 415 views. Now in that market, that may be normal. I don't know if that's hot. In most markets, that means it's really hot, right? But out here, because of the number of people, it may not be that. So you're gonna have to sort of figure that out. Is 450 normal or is it abnormal? I'm gonna say it's abnormal, right? Even in a market of that size with that many people doing searches there. So it automatically, this doesn't automatically happen in Zillow. This happens only when you have downloaded the Zomps Google extension. Okay. Is this 415 views per day? Simple tool, but you're just trying to see how high the property is based on the price that is there. That's just with houses, right? Now, another thing is by having the entire map here, so as I move around here and I remove the boundary itself, now it's just going to start to show me where all the activity is in a particular area as I move the map around, right? Right. So you can see there's a little bit more activity in this area up here in the Los Angeles area. If I move down here, you're going to see a little bit more activity there. Now I can really zoom in more, right? And you can sort of see even more activity there. So what does that do for you? That shows you where some of the a lot more activity is as far as potential properties that are for sale right now. But if I wanted to go in here and look at what has sold, hit apply, go in here and change it to, we'll just say in the last 90 days, right? And it should change. It looks crazy. Okay. In the last 90 days, now you can try to see what a little bit more activity is versus other parts of the city. Now, it's just going to be activity all over the place here. It's going to be unique in that way. That's why I'm telling you, it ain't possible, man. It just ain't possible. There's too many people out here for it not to be endless opportunity. You never have to go outside of that market. It's just going to be that ridiculous. The other thing is, whenever you're trying to determine if it's a good area for you to target, do you have someone that live in a city of a decent size? Because that's going to help you. Let me just say that first of all. Boots on the ground can be very valuable to you. Now, if you don't, you can leverage other wholesalers and or a real estate agent to assist you if you don't have a family or friend in any market that you want to target to assist you. So a lot of it's going to depend on who can you network with and who's going to be someone that's going to get out there and do their share of putting deals together with you in that market. So the first thing you want to do is choosing the population, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who are you going to have to help you is going to be second. And from there, the next thing you're going to do is to dive in to see how much activity is going on in the Facebook groups in any particular area. Some Facebook groups are going to be a lot hotter than others, right? And so I would base a lot of that on that, because now I can build a buyer's list quickly, and then I can start to feed them deals based on their buying box or their buying criteria. Now, one of the other things, okay, I pretty much answered that question there, but about the virtual wholesale, but I want to show you just for land, and I'm going to add some more bells and whistles to this. Really simple right now, but I just wanted to let you know it exists, right? People always asking about lots of land.
Right.
All right. So what we're doing here is, so one of the most difficult things with lots of land is to determine if you have what is it worth. So again, this is a work in process and progress, right? So when you click on one of these, all right, and this property here, it sold, this lot, which is amazing. Oh my God. It sold a 5605 lot, a lot that's 5,605 square feet, sold for $1.682 million. Right now, if we base that on a price per a price per acre, an acre in this same area would sell for $13 million.
An acre?
An acre.
An acre.
An acre. Yes.
Wow. When you think about it here, be like, you can keep the land.
Like,
what's that?
An acre, right?
Wow.
Okay, so but let's go a little bit further out. Maybe it's not as ridiculous. So let's go up here in the San Bernardino County, and let's look at a piece of land here and see what happened. Okay, so now like with this one, still high, it 0.399 acre. Sold for $225,000. But based on that, an acre would sell for $563,000 and some change. That's amazing, isn't it? Yeah. And that's on the sold stuff. So, but if you pull up stuff that's actually for sale as far as acres, just land, now you can dive into what we did here also. So like what right here, so this was a lot, 7,715 square feet. So an acre is basically selling over 700,000. And so this is overpriced based on this. So this is for sale. Only 26 views per day. And it's been on the market 39 days. It's overpriced. Because you want something, especially out here, you probably want something at least over 200 views per day. You already know this is overpriced. Right. Not saying they may not sell it, but it's overpriced. Somebody's willing to pay full price or more. So those two things is what you want to look at when you're looking at land and trying to evaluate what properties are selling for. You want to look at properties that have sold, and you want to look at properties that are for sale, and just look at the activity as far as views per day. This is a good indicator on where you should be pricing your particular property as far as land. Now, Zomps isn't ready yet. It should be ready in a few days. I'll let you know, and I'll have a more detailed training video on it. But I just wanted to give you all a little teaser on ZOMPZ.
Zomps. Okay. Okay.
Hey, huh?
I like it.
Okay.
I like it. Cool. We're gonna jump right back into these questions. No one has opted to join us live tonight. That's a bummer. I thought somebody was gonna come on in.
No, they scared, man.
Yeah, they don't want to make this money.
Scared. Mm-hmm. Everybody got the tax refund.
Oh, they dropped today.
Hey, dropped today?
Dropped today.
First day was today?
I don't know if it was first day, but I think it was first drop today.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Today
what's
is first drop.
That's happening. That's what's happening. Today what, 17?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Mhm.
Hey, well, I told y'all now.
It's gonna run out.
Don't do it. Stay out of Foot Locker.
Yeah. Here we go. Okay. So Barlene Gray, I know we talk about agents, but her game is going to be she would like to target agents to find deals. So how do I get a hold of proof of funds letter in case the agent asks?
There are services out there that offer it. I'm affiliated with my man Jamil's outfit. So if you go to realpof.com, it'll give you the instructions on how to access theirs.
Okay.
realpof.com.
Gotcha. Okay, so CJ did follow up.
On them apartments?
No, that was influencer on the apartments.
Okay.
Followed up with that
Great
as well.
memory.
The process, what I mean, guys, is killing me. So, example, calculate the good deal. We have 70% rule of the sale of the house, then 25 to 40, then our assign, then we have the MAO, correct?
Well, let's do this. Let me just, where is he at? He's on YouTube.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, so let me share my screen again. Let me see. So where are we? So let me pull up Dealulator, which is free.
Okay.
Dealulator.com.
Darker.
Another made up name.
Yes, Darker says for my first time in the live, I'm very interested. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. I hope this has been informative.
Oh, he's in San Bernardino.
Bernardino.
Yeah, okay. It says they have plans for Route 66. You know, it's just amazing me. Like, well, first of all, you watch like the Cars animated series, but then how all the traffic, like traveling that way, was routed through Route 66. And then once the interstate plane came and just started bypassing, it just went from booming to just like desert. Just done.
Yeah.
So I guess they're gonna revitalize that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So so here we go.
Hold on, I gotta give a shout out to Bag Lady. It's Bag Lady's first time on the live too. Hey.
Oh, so yeah, the first time, as we said, we're gonna start doing that. If this is, especially the people, this is your first time, and you're like your first introduction to wholesaling. It ain't gonna be that many of them.
How did you? Yeah.
Yeah, your first, like, you stumbled on this and like whatever I was saying, you like stop. Like, what is this dude talking about? Right. Is this your first time ever being introduced to wholesaling and your first time on a live? Please identify yourself. Step forward.
Okay. Yes, on TikTok, Instagram and TikTok, you cannot see when the screen is being shared. You will have to be on YouTube.
Yeah,
Facebook,
but this goes in the replay mode. So
yes.
you can watch the replay on YouTube.
Yes.
Soon as we're over, just go there and search for Flippinar 257.
Okay. Yamaha _ Ty on TikTok is first time. Jordan Powell says first time. Yes.
Like, I'm talking about, this is the first time you've heard about wholesaling and the first time on the live. That's what I'm saying.
So they got to specify.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes and yes.
Yes and yes. Or yes and no. Or
well, yes, and we want the yes and yes. We want yes everybody, yes. But we want the yes and yeses on that. First time discovering wholesaling. You can flip houses
Yamaha
with no money.
_ Ty said first time ever.
You ain't answering the question.
She's yes and yes.
Okay, yes.
Came back and said yes and yes.
All right, there you go. What's her name?
Yamaha _ Ty. And I'm assuming because I think the profile picture is a guy. So I might be wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody else got yes and yes here on my phone here. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, there you go. Okay, boom.
Yes.
All right. So what I'm explaining here is he said he's not understanding the numbers. So you should never put a property on the contract, especially if you're brand new, without using my free deal calculator at dealulator.com. All you have to do is text DC for deal calculator to 205-964-5243. It'll send you a direct link to the calculator. So all you have to do is put in three things. The ARV, so you have to know how to do that, of course. the repair cost, which I have a repair calculator here free on the site also, and how much you want to make. The blue number here is what you need to offer the seller or less. The black number is what you'll market it to your cash buyer or your investors. So I have it here on the screen. You can change 3 of these numbers here. Well, 4 of them actually. Now, if you're in Southern California, that's 70%. You can change to 80. You're in Seattle, the Bay Area, DC, New York, you can change that to 80% versus 70%. Everywhere else, leave it at 70. All right. And then and maybe in Miami, maybe change it to 75. In that South Florida area. Why they don't say, like they say Southern California, why they don't say Southern Florida? They say South Florida.
I don't.
And why they don't say South California instead of Southern California? I'm just asking.
I don't know. We say South Alabama.
Well,
Yeah,
we do.
Yeah,
but why we don't say
East
Southern
Coast
now?
stuff? East Coast they say Southern and Northern because it's actually
You mean that's
so
West
much,
Coast stuff?
I mean West Coast stuff because there's so much space in between. Like it's like Northern and Southern hemispheres.
I got
but
you.
over here it's just
I got okay. I don't know if I go with that answer, but okay. Sounds like you pulled that one from
the rear, the southern region.
Okay, yeah.
That's where I pulled it from.
Yeah.
Okay, you good? Answer the question.
Yeah,
all right,
I'm
you good. You good. Okay. Honeybee Beauty, can you put that in the chat? I can. I can. I guess dealulater.com.
Oh, deal you later? Oh,
yeah.
I ain't got the shirt on, dude.
Nope, not today.
Let me see.
My head says Southern Carolina. Southern Carolina. And I'm saying
if you text the word tool, it'll take you to deal you later.
Okay. So yes, text the word tool and let me see here. What Mickey at when I needed to put stuff in the chat?
Yeah, she ain't on her hustle.
She ain't on it. She at home painting.
She ain't doing that.
She's painting chakras.
Oh.
Yeah, right now. So okay. Got that there. So Honeybee wants to know, do you need a closing attorney to wholesale a mobile manufactured home? So I know we talk about this pretty often, that it's more like doing a car sales. Like,
well, yeah, if land is not included with a mobile home purchase, sale, or whatever,
take your screen down.
Then it's I'm sorry. Oh, my bad. If a mobile home, if a mobile home deal, if land is not included, then it's like selling a car, an automobile. And then you have to get it. If it has to be moved, that affects the deal greatly, because you could either spend $7,000 to $10,000 depending on the size and where it needs to go, or more.
Okay, got you.
Right, so that affects the deal. Now, if land is included, then it just becomes a normal wholesale deal at that point.
Okay.
Well, I like that this with the light off. You know what I'm saying? That looks better. I think I'm a little cuter. What you
like
think?
the ambiance? Oh my gosh. You know how many, you know what I tell you though?
Huh?
What I just ignore, and I get so tired of asking.
What?
You already know. What's the question that people ask the most?
What? Am I black or Hispanic?
I'm sure they are not questioning that. Oh my gosh. You're on the road. No.
Hispanic is not a race,
No.
technically.
I was like, is he faded? Like,
am I high?
Is he high? Like, why is he so tired?
Okay,
Does
so
he look like
now I know
sleeping?
everybody that follows me don't know this or whatever. It just and somebody said I look sick. Say, why would anybody look at this guy? This guy's about to die right on the line. Oh my God. Oh, that would have crushed my mama. Lord have mercy. Y'all throw dirt on her too.
Ain't not trying to explain.
But go viral for the wrong reason.
Oh my God.
But with that being said, my eyes are naturally squinted. Right?
You sure you never mind. No.
I've never done any drugs. Like, no, well, when I say drugs, people say weed ain't drug, but whatever.
Yeah.
I've never smoked nothing. I think the closest I ever smoked something before was I was probably about 12 or 13. One of my older, he passed away now. One of my cousins' daddy, which I guess he's my cousin too. He was smoking a cigarette and he threw it on the ground. It was about 12 or 13. My mama said, I ain't know this. And Hollis Everett. And he threw it on the ground. I picked it up and tried to smoke it, like kill myself. On a bud, on a butt. Ain't that what they call it?
On a cigarette butt. Collapse your lungs. That's the only thing I've ever smoked.
So if you think I'm high doing this, I don't know what else to tell you. Now sometimes I get sleepy now, for real. Yeah. And then like as far as what I've drank in my life, you can put in a gallon jug, maybe two, maybe two gallon milk jugs.
He's pure, y'all.
That's as much as, and I've done that in the last 11 years with somebody I've dated. I've done that in the last. So them jugs have come from that basically, and so they're just tasting stuff. It ain't really even drinking, just tasting. Cause come on, drink. And I just whatever. I can't give it. I can't get beyond the taste or whatever. I can't get beyond the taste.
It just ain't for you.
It ain't for me. So I'm good. Hey, I'm high on life, baby.
That's what you're supposed to be.
Hey, so I ain't saying whoever do whatever, what I do the right way. I'm just answering the question. No, I never see the dudes. Somewhat of an explanation. So a lot of times, you can raise your kids. Do all what you think the right stuff is, have them in sports and church and whatever else you believe in. But if they hang around the wrong people,
it's over
and their followers, all that's down the drain. Fortunately, the guys I grew up that were older than me that I looked up to, they didn't do any of that stuff. Right. So once you get to a certain age, you can form your own path or whatever, then so
you was around good people.
Yeah. So that's it. So when I was in college, surrounded by it daily or whatever. And so, people they just couldn't believe because I looked just like a normal knucklehead or whatever, and they couldn't believe, like, man, you don't do nothing. So my friends would be like, oh man, leave him alone. He good, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they just couldn't believe you ain't gonna drink nothing, you ain't gonna smoke nothing. No, man, I'm good. What the chicks at?
Exactly. I was going to say now there's some vices.
I'm regular. I'm more than regular. Hey. So anyway.
Darker perspective. She says yes and yes.
Okay, yes and yes.
Yes.
What's her name?
Darker perspective.
It's more likely for that to be on TikTok. TikTok probably first.
From YouTube.
You think so?
No, I'm saying she's from YouTube.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she's from YouTube.
Okay. A YouTuber found me just out of the blue like that. Welcome. Maybe it was the thumbnail.
But I will say this, live on Thursdays, pretty much every Thursday, miss very few, right?
Yeah.
A lot of these are new names. Like they might watch like the repeat of the YouTube, but as far as being on live,
Thursday people still got to get up, and what's on tomorrow they don't have to get up.
Yeah, there's a lot of people saying first time on live. Not that they haven't seen it before, but a lot of the and I normally see the names, and I can say like, oh, you were here last week, oh, you here all the time, blah blah blah. Like CJ, now you know to join us live. You posting all them questions in the chat. You normally come on live with us. What you doing? But CJ is the one with the salt and pepper hair.
Oh, Charles. I see you, Charles.
There you go.
I see you in the Gator room, man, and that clown. What's up?
I know. It's like he knows.
Yeah, bring him on.
He know to come on live. But yeah, a lot of these names are new. I haven't seen these names before. So yeah. But either way it goes, thank you. All right, Charles, you up.
The salt and pepper, man. Okay, that's a good one. I like that.
No, that means that you're well seasoned.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. In all areas. In all areas.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying. I'm still trying. Hey, I'm still trying to 47. Come on now, bro.
Man, what's up, man?
All right. How you doing, man? Feeling good.
Oh, super tight.
Well, listen. You you mentioned about them stogies, man, back in the day. Now let me my first stogie. I puffed that. That was a Marlboro menthol. You remember those?
Oh yeah, that Marlboro. You smoking some Sears Squares? Have you smoking Marlboro?
Now, not only did I smoke a Marlboro menthol, I did that first, man. My head was high. This was when I was probably 17 years old. And
Oh
then
wow.
my buddy, who's still a buddy now, he doesn't smoke anymore, but he said, "Hey, man, you did the Marlboro menthol. Now you got to do the Camel menthols."
All them Camels. Yeah, you're a real smoker. You smoking Camels.
Listen, they
You know?
take you to a next dimension. The
Oh yeah,
Camels.
them Camel. So you smoke Camel, you start smoking Newport, something like that. You will eat them. You know what I'm saying? Them Camels. They're real
Oh
tobacco.
man, yeah, those experiences are just way off the hook, man. But anyway, again, I do appreciate the show, and you guys are unbelievable, top notch, can't beat it. And listen, I had a question that was posting. I have your program. You know, I bought it for whatever the cost was,
Mhm.
and I'm trying to waiting for this tax refund to get rolling where I can do a little bit more investment. I know Privy's out there. I know PropStream. Ty, would you just give a little clarification? Privy and PropStream on the same line?
Well, PropStream is more. It offers more, right? Privy is more specialized if you're going to target listed properties. As we talked about earlier tonight, if you're going to target listed properties and use Privy, if you want access to that, just text MLS to 205-964-5243. But you need to really build that buyers list first. That's going to be comfortable with you bringing them listed properties in that market. So if you're going, but you could also use Privy to find those buyers to say, hey, are you comfortable with me if I negotiate a great deal on a property that's listed? Would you still buy it? And I'm in a wholesale position. Would you still allow me to sign the contract over to you?
All right, so a
as
newbie
long as
like
you-
so. Yeah, okay, I got yeah.
So now, of course, with prop, now you still can pull up the same properties and more build list. If you want to target offline stuff, you want to comp properties. It's better for comping, in my opinion, when you're trying to determine the value, the ARV of a property. And what else does it do? Researching the property as far as who owns it, the
Yeah, the whole
transaction
thing.
history,
Right.
seeing what
Yeah.
other properties they own goes a long way. Because you can build buyers list based on that, because you can filter a list to say, well, I want to build a list of people that own 20 or more properties. Those are normally going to be buyers, or even 10 or more properties in a particular area or zip code. Those are going to be buyers. Period. Now it has its flippers tool there. Filter there, where you can target people that is more likely that they are flippers because they paid cash for a property and is back on the market within a 24 month window or whatever. It just does a lot more. Privy is more specialized if you're going to target listed properties. But I said it again, if you're going to do that, make sure you build that buyers list first of people that are okay with you feeding them those type of deals.
And then priced is for the land stuff, pretty much.
The land, yeah. Mm-hmm.
For the land, okay. I got a big favor. I got something that possibly be under contract in Pensacola, Florida. I lived in Pensacola 3.5 years.
Okay.
So
yeah.
this when this guy got on the phone, I mean, we hit it off. I mean, he knows who I know pretty much. I said, oh boy, that night they do too good. But anyway, I don't want to try to lowball him or anything like that. I'm just trying to be honest. Could you do a quick comp?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
I appreciate that, brother. 913 Clearview Avenue.
Let me give me a second to pull it up here.
Now he renovated the whole thing. He gutted it out and renovated it. It's brand new. I mean, it's move-in condition. But
what's the address again?
913 Clearview Avenue, Pensacola, Florida. And he went down 5,000. See, he wants 214,900 for that thing. Now I got him on the phone today, and we're talking, and he's willing. I said, well, listen, what's the least amount you want to accept for this? After our relationship was being developed over the phone. So he says, well, he said it probably, I said I can go. I don't want to go too low because the money that I spent to invest in this thing. So I mean, I'm doing the
Well,
70%, and I didn't do prop
well,
stream on it, so that's why I'm asking you to do this. Yeah.
all right. So he paid 79.9 for it back in April of last year. He owns 6 other properties. All right,
Yeah, he's a
and
flipper. Yeah.
yeah, he's an investor. It seems like of some sort. So just to show people how to do this really quick on prop.
Sure.
Ideally, I don't want to cross over the major streets, this thicker white lines, thicker yellow
Hmm.
lines, but we got enough activity up here by the red dot, which is our property. So what I'll do is I'll use the boundary tool.
Get it up in there. Yep.
Let me try this again. Boom, boom.
And that's a low square. That's a low square foot. It's only 985. I think he's got in that whole house. 3 bedroom.
895. Yeah.
Oh, 895. My gosh.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, so next thing we like to look at 3 things: the year built, lot square footage, and the square footage of the property itself. The year built, we like to stay in a range of 5 years plus or minus. So from 1964 back to 54 would be ideal. Lot square footage within 2,500 square feet. All of these are basically the same size. And then the square footage of the property, 20% plus or minus, which prop automatically defaults to that. All right, so the next thing I'm going to look at is I'm going to look at the most recent transactions, which were back in December. I see one here for 179. It was a 1959 build. The lot is the same size. House is just a little bigger. That looks like that may be my comp, so maybe look at it. And let's see if it has any photos to see how it was renovated.
Oh, that's just a comparable. That's not his property, right? You tell me.
Yeah, this is a comparable. So this property
Okay.
here
Okay.
was renovated. Okay, they
Right.
did a full renovation on it. Like they did a
Mhm.
pretty good job. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Boom. Okay, so now let's see, what did he pay for his? Okay. Do we see it here? Looks like they paid 75,000 for theirs back in
So,
June of 22, and then sold it in December. So that's like your comp of comps right there, right? So he sold it at $179 a square foot. So to come up with a better number on yours, because yours is a little smaller, we'll multiply that 179 times the 895 square feet. So that's 160. So your guy, what are you at, 913? He's asking 214. So I knew when I looked at this right here, the 49 views per day, and it's been on the market 16 days. That's not a lot if it's priced correctly. So this is your property, right? Or is this the other property? Is this
no, that's
property?
the.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
that's
this is
the.
yours, right?
No,
Well,
no, the other one. The other one.
this
913. Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
this is yours. Okay,
Yep.
so
Yep.
yeah, he's overpriced now. This property has been renovated,
Yeah. It looks
right?
good inside.
Yeah, it looks good
So,
inside. So this one
no.
here, this one here is a little bigger, and it sold for 179.9 in December. So he's still thinking we're back in almost 2 years ago. You know, when the market was just really smoking hot. We're not there anymore. He's in la la land. He's like way off, way off. Smaller house, renovations, I guess about the same. I like this one a little better, the one that sold for 179. Yeah, so I would just technically say this is a time waster because you're too far off.
Okay. And now, so with the 25/40 rule, do we apply that, Ty, in this livable? Not obviously it's livable. It's
No,
rent.
it doesn't need any repair. So if we were just going to do the numbers on this, if we're going to go with, he
Okay.
said
Yeah.
160 is the number. The repairs are basically $100, so I can just put that
Yeah.
in there,
Just for
right?
sake of it.
You got,
Yeah. Okay.
you got to put something in there. So we say the
Right.
ARV is 160, right?
Right.
And you want to make 10 on this, so you would need to be around this number right here, around 100 grand, 101, 102, whatever.
Oh
And you
my
put it back
God.
out there.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
gonna leave. He's gonna definitely laugh.
yeah, yeah. You don't even call him back. He's not going to go
No,
on it. You know what I'm saying? So, he paid. Let's see what he paid for this. Yeah, see, he paid 79 for it
he
or
did.
whatever. So he's trying to make a killing. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But he's in La La Land. But he has a lot of room to go, but not that much room to go. Because I'm
That's
sure
what
he's
I'm saying.
spending
I
more.
don't.
He's
That's what
got
I'm saying.
more name.
I don't understand these type of people. Long story short, we'll close it. But I don't understand these type of people when they're out there and they rehab everything. Well, I spent this on the roof. The roof alone, he says, is 15,000. He wasn't arrogant about it. He's just being honest. He says I put a lot into it. I think he put about 60,000 plus into it to renovate the whole thing. So, and again, you and I agree. He's trying to get his deal. He's trying to get his retail correct.
Oh yeah, he's trying to get beyond retail.
Beyond retail, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So nothing to work with.
Nothing to work in. One of the words you will have to get used to in this business is 4-letter word, and it's not nasty. Next, NEXT.
That just move on. Okay. Well, I'll give
on.
time. I'll give time to the next. Thanks, Ty. God bless you both. Appreciate it.
All right, no problem. Thanks for joining us again, my man. Be safe.
All right.
All right, guys. Boom. What we got? We good?
Patricia is a yes and yes.
Yes and yes, Patricia. What's up, baby girl?
Yes.
So first time discovering, first time on the live.
Mhm.
That's what's up. Please join us again. Anyone that's trying to get in, especially if you're on Instagram or TikTok, make sure you follow me on those if you haven't. But if you text the word VIP to the number, this set of videos is going to get you going in the right direction for free. And if you're on TikTok or Instagram, all you have to do is just go to the bio, see bio, tap the link that says tap here for free training. And it's going to be magical what you're going to find. Like, you're not going to believe it. Like, this guy's crazy. So anyway, so Zomps is coming to help you comp easier, making Zillow smarter, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I don't know if I got anything. Oh, AtlantaCashBuyers.com is still available. So you can text me on that. CashBuyersOfDallas.com is still available. And CashBuyersOfPhilly.com is still available. Use that tax refund money and get yourself a good brand name, a good brand name, a good brand name. But on the good part of that is it comes with me coaching you through unlimited deals. Aha.
Mm-hmm.
Aha. Oh, yeah. So nothing else, AP. Oh, before we get out of here, remember to do this, guys. Subscribe to the channel by selecting this button here. Once you subscribe to the channel, tap the little bell, select all, so you now are alerted whenever we upload new videos like this one and when we go live daily. And we're out.
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Yeah.